Yep, everything's started. Awesome. Oh, wow, I feel dumb. I feel really dumb. I think I finally figured out my main issue with why my live streams weren't working. Oh, okay. I finally figured that out. All right, so again, we're watching. Good morning, YouTube. We went over the Apple position through here. You're not gonna. Yeah, I'll be fine. I can sleep when it's all over. I'll get me a good cat nap in between calls. So we went over the Apple position for those new to the Bullish Bears community or the live stream. This is the Infinity Futures that we've been working with. We're looking to see, because a lot of people ask the question of, well, is there any lag with this? Most of your lag happens Fed talks, beginning of the day, end of the day, market closes, things of that nature. So you can judge how good a system is by how delayed are they in comparison. So I'm watching the NQ with Thinkorswim on the far right over here, and I'm comparing it with the Infinity Future system here. This is a demo account on this one. I will be opening a live account later on. I like it. I really like it. It's simple. Even easy guy like me can get this really quick. So if you got questions on, oh, what is that? That's what that is. This is futures only, and this is on the NQ right through here. And because we're watching Apple and we already have our levels laid out, then it's good to watch it. It's good to watch the futures as your secondary indicator. So good stuff. Let me make sure there's no questions. If you are on YouTube, please feel free to ask questions. I'm hopping back and forth between chat room and that, so please feel more than free to ask questions. Again, I'm Creedmoor with the Bullish Bears, and we're looking to make some cash today, so we'll see what happens. Once we make the play on the Apple, then I will move on to other things. YouTube, do remember you're on a 20 or 30 second delay, so if you want full, right then, right there type of action, 2-week free trial, check out the description below. You may even make a friend. You never know. Trading can... Yeah, someone was talking about that the other day, about how trading's a very lonely thing. You need a good network of traders. And that's true. I mean, my office is, like 10 by 10? And I literally got a prison-style window because it's 2 foot by like 2 foot. So... But at least mine's glass. It's no bars. So... All right, and you're looking at a 5-minute chart right through here. So I've got my option on the side. John, good morning. Hope all is well in your part of the world. Alrighty, so again, bullish trade. We're looking 302 or better. Looking to get in right at a 5-minute close, plus or minus the 30 seconds there. That 30-second close and or beginning of life of that candle is the optimal entry point. So you're like, how can you measure a candle's time? We have a clock. Use the clock. So when you see 9:34 in 30 seconds, that's your entry window. When you see 9:35 in 30 seconds, so that 1 minute of time through there, that's your entry window. At least for the metrics that I use, that's your entry window. It's all good. That's good. Any day you can wake up, and not be in extraordinary pain, good day. Talk to people. By the way, the little arrows are mine. The big arrow is the indicator. This is the entry for a short. This is the entry for a long. I'm actually going to change that to just be a line, be a green line. There we go. Just to make our lives a bit easier. Go with Hemi green. There we go. And then our short is below that red. So we got all this range we're working with. And I do have side charts to see where we're going. So primary thesis is bullish, but that doesn't mean it will stay that way. Again, we wanted a parallel market, so if we make it down to that 300, I'll go for the position. Oh. See if I'm getting yelled at on YouTube. Okay, no questions just yet. Good stuff. Looks like we're getting some bearish action right through here. So I do have my puts loaded. I do have my calls loaded as well. So we will see. Again, we always wait for the first few minutes here to shake out. Anyone got any questions before the market gets underway? We still got a minute or so, so please feel free. If you did run the CRM position, quite an interesting setup on that one, but still pretty much within metrics. So they have earnings after market. And remember, we had the 172.50, 170, trying to get it for around 70 cents. So and then I'm also going to put Netflix on the side over here. So I'll have Netflix as a side chart with a general thesis on it already. I typically watch about, well, technically I watch 6 because I watch the NQES and TVIX at the bell. But as far as tradable tickers, I watch about 3 is what I usually do. I have my 2 primary, and then I'll have a backup just in case things aren't working out. Talk about calls and puts. Julia, yeah. So what do you want to know about them? All right, there goes the bell. And you can see we're moving, but we didn't get a lot of erroneous lag through anything. You can see, I guess, seizure warning on that one. So we want to wait for the first 5 minutes. Yeah, Julia, if you just ask me whatever questions you have on it, I'd be happy to answer. So there we go. You can see we're getting into our standard squeeze here. So good stuff. Yeah, Netflix entered a soft squeeze. We can see price action wicking right up here. I've pretty much kind of proved the point right here with this, so I'm going to shut this down real quick. I don't want to drain it. I mean, it doesn't really use any system resources, but you can see that it's really good right there at the bell. Um, come on, we need our print above 302. We're okay. We're getting our movement. I need to see that print above that 302. Just in general. Okay, so yeah, on puts and calls for those that are not fully informed on it. A put, when you buy a put gives you the right to sell a specific amount of shares around or at that strike price, whatever you're working with, and a call gives you the right to buy 100 shares. Now, what I do is I'm never exercising that, which means that you send it to the broker and they actually give you the 100 shares and everything. What we're doing is we're a middleman in essence when we're scalping and day trading options. So due to our inherent nature to see things in a certain way, we see the value in something before another party sees the value in it. So we buy a call or a put based on what we're seeing. And then once the event occurs, another party looks to buy that put and call. And so we sell it to them at the new higher price because we did the due diligence to see the event before it occurred, so we were able to get into it beforehand. Think of it as you bought a TV before the TV brand was hot, and then now everyone's wanting that TV brand. Well, because you bought it at a lower price, you can now sell it at a higher price. So that's kind of the 5,000 foot bird's eye view of buying and selling puts and calls as far as day trading them. There's a lot more that goes into it when it comes to spreads, but if you're using it to day trade, then it's the exact same as if you were using it to work with shares. You're just leveraging your money in a different format. That's all it is. Alrighty, so we can see we're right here in this OR. Opening range, not operating room for our doctor friends out there. I was surprised at how many doctors we actually have in the community. So if anything ever happens at an event, we're we're covered. Let's see. So we did get the close of that 5-minute candle, but we did not fire one way or the other, and we did not break the levels we were looking for. Very important. Direction is importanter. how would Bush say it? Never misunderestimate the importantness of a direction. Gosh, I would love to hear him narrate a full trade setup. Yeah, you're welcome, Julia. That's one thing you'll notice, and if you come in, or well, when, because it's a free 2-week trial, check out the description below. I do not like to make things complicated. I will relate things to other things, and if you have a specific profession, 9 times out of 10, I can probably relate it to that profession. Ask anyone that's had a course with me. It's just I don't see a reason to make things hard. Life's hard enough. All right, so we're starting to show red. We're getting to our area. We're getting into our 300 mark here. So I've got my puts loaded up. I will put my money where my mouth is once I get this signal. Looks like the NQ is fluttering just a bit down to its support zones, but it's not waterfalling. Now, if we break our level right in here, then yes, I would look at the next support down here at this 9100 level that we discussed. If we can waterfall out, we get the 9100, then we go bearish. Awesome. But if we hold those support levels, I got no reason to think the market would be bearish. I mean, right now we've got waning pressure right through here. So we've got pressure, like waning bearish pressure. So and then Netflix as well. Netflix is making its way up. Watch 375 as RES resistance. We've got a nice uptrend. We fired out of the standard squeeze on it. Again, I do have Netflix on a side chart right through here. So watching that 375 as resistance. Good change from open, squeeze firing through. That would be a good trade. I'm primarily focused on Apple right now. That's why I'm not taking the Netflix trade. But this is something to watch for me. And I can see a good play right through here. Just make sure you have the trade plan with the ATR. Excuse me. We can see the calls I had loaded are already up $2 on it. And then Baba is making some movement as well. There we go. NQ kind of pin barring at the moment. There we go. So you see we had our waning bearish pressure starting to make our way through. But right now we're really stuck in this opening range right through here. There we go. Netflix got the pop. Maybe the algos heard me on YouTube. Now, another thing to keep in mind is that you can bring up the chart for an option. So this is a 2-minute chart of this option with standard moving averages. You can see our 9 EMA VWAP cross is becoming a thing. Oops. So, also our MACD2 line showing positive on it, seeing good moves. I'm seeing all of positive signs, but we're looking for the break one way or the other. SPY looking funny to me. Yeah. Let me set my alert right through here. And I'll take a look at it. And there is a scenario of this to where I just don't take the trade today. You know, I had a very specific set of metrics I'm looking for. And if they are not met, then, oh well. I just don't take a trade. You know. I'll leave it to Warren Buffett when he brings an obvious idea of why would you put so much effort into a half good plan, a quarter good plan. So let's take a look here. SPY. So we can see SPY on a 5-minute is very, very tight right through here. We're showing some down pressure, but not a lot. We're more in that decision mode. Let me double check. I do not believe we have any macro style reports coming out at 10. Let's see, 10 o'clock. Manufacturing index. Yeah, we'll get a little bit of movement for that. Consumer confidence at 10. I think that's what a lot of people are waiting on, is that consumer confidence due to all this virus BS. So that's something I would keep an eye on. Looks like we're getting some downward pressure. Possible W pattern, W as in William, with support at 322.50 right here. So if you wanted to orchestrate an idea of a break of 323 down to 322.50, I could see that. Or if you wanted to do a 323.50 down to 323, kind of already missed the boat on that one, but we are seeing some downward pressure through here. That consumer index is definitely going to have a bit more impact than it typically does, so I would keep that in mind. Looks like our 5-minute TTM is red at the moment, but still no alert. See, we're just pin barring. So until we have a solid full candle print one way or the other, not going to touch it, not going to take the trade. Even Netflix, it got its little bit of that move up right through there. Now we're getting that fall through. NQ is starting to dip down. We're probably about to hit that alert. So we got our beautiful, gorgeous, lovely puts loaded up right here with good volume on them. Again, that's not the OI. You want the actual traded volume to be elevated. That's what you're looking for. Good morning, Tim. Lundholm? I'm sorry if I butcher that, my friend, but good morning to you. Alrighty, we're making our way down, making our movement through here. And people on YouTube, always feel free, ask questions as well for those just rolling in. There is a bit of a delay, but I do answer them as quick as my ability. As always, check out the description below. 9:45, so we've had 15 minutes of action, but the market itself, relatively sideways. There we go, I got my alert, okay? My alert's fired off. We're at 300. We're at it. We have not printed below it. That's the difference. Alrighty, getting our movement. Come on, give me my print. So you can see our bottoms are right there at it. We're not getting that push. Alrighty. Trying to get two of them at 390. See if I get my fill. not get my fill here. Markets on the NQ approaching that 9100 support, so do keep that in mind. For those that were able to get into that trade before me, awesome. You're already up 35 cents a contract on that, which is great. For those that don't understand, so 1 penny on an option is $1 value. So the contracts, I tried to get in them about 390. Right here is where I got my. Some people probably got them in at 4. I saw a lot of orders going through at 4. So those are up right now an average of $30 per contract. Awesome. Oscar, good morning. Lots of great stuff. Yeah, I'm trying to focus mainly because we earlier this morning we put a really full, thorough thought process through Apple, so that's why I'm kind of focusing. 10 o'clock, I'll start doing the Q&A on things, so if you get any questions, always feel free to ask them. Oh man, those contracts are up now. They're up $4.50, so I didn't get my fill, sadly. You can see right there. Tried to get my fill at a responsible level. I did not. I'll see if I can, if I don't get the fill in this close of the close of the 30 seconds here, then I'm just going to cancel the order. And that'd be that, because I have a specific area I'm looking to get into. If I don't get in at that area, then I just don't get in at that area. You know, I missed the trade, essentially. And it happens. You'll miss trades all the time. You just got to know to go on to the next one. So let's see if we get the fill. Okay, end of life is coming. Prices are starting to adjust a little bit here. 4. Nope. Looks like no fill on my part of things. Oh well. All right, so that this is a sitting order. The opportunity passed. I did not get filled at the level I wanted, so I will cancel that order. Now this trade, if you were able to get into it, the metrics do still apply. Just because I'm not in the trade doesn't mean that the areas do not work. So right here, we already made our PT1 at $2.99, and the second price target was $2.98. So is what it is. Now I'm not going to focus on it because I'm no longer in the trade. I didn't have the opportunity because I missed the trade, but our signals still show. So watch that $2.99 right on here. If you start to see a significant area of reversal, then obviously you look to liquidate it, but that is PT1 is right there. So good stuff. Alrighty, what's some other things that we had? We had Netflix, Baba. Let's see what's on my black box there. Actually, here's a good one, SPEX. So SPEX, a penny stock, for those that like penny stocks. Nice movement up here. We're at a previous price action level, so you always want to keep that in mind. Your whole and your half dollar areas are your primary reactionary levels, but when you go back on a chart and you see the peaks of things, so let's say you have this bell curve right through, or not really a bell curve, you have this curve right through here, the tops of those peaks are your next price action levels to work with. So this is continuing to make its way up, and it does have resistance at 150, so do keep that in mind. CUDA playing with COCP. Almost COPD. Nice little bit of a movement here. We can see older resistance at 295, half dollar resistance at 250. That's what it's already battled. So let's open it up to a 5-minute. So morning wick to 250. Now we're in our flag setup. Do keep in mind, you can see right through here we have angled support. So that gives it the delineation of we can, ooh, Netflix trying to do another squeeze. I do have a plan for Netflix. I may end up in a Netflix trade. We'll see. I didn't share that plan. I'll share it as I'm going through it. So with this, we have an angled support. So if you were looking at this as a swing trade opportunity, if price made its way all the way down here to the $2 mark, you would still be well within ranks to work with this. A break of that $2, then you're back into this triangle and you're just asking for pain. But support at $2, that brings it back to its mean price. So really way down in here. I know that's a lot as far as the chart seems, but as far as what we're seeing on the actual measurements, that is the area I would look for. Okay, this is time to get gone. So nice. Well, remember, you always want to the time and sale. Yeah, if you learn to read time and sales, and the thing is, that's even delayed time and sales. That's not like full-blown actual time and sales. If you tried to read actual time and sales, you'd just go mad. But yeah, learning to read time and sales, the tape, is very important, because while it is delayed information, it is still current relevant information and lets you see a general bias of other market participants. It is delayed information. It is. It's what it is. But it lets you get a general idea of what the markets are doing. So let's see. I may get a reversal play on Apple here. Yeah, it's already started reversing from that first price target. So it's either going to dead cat bounce it or continue through. Let's take a look at BA. Hasinia playing with Microsoft. Yeah, I'll take a look at Microsoft here in a few. Let's see, BA 317.50. Support. Yeah, this is pretty much just a continued bear flag. Not much participation there. Let's take a look at the Microsoft. Looks like NQ is trying to get a bit of a bounce here. So do keep that in mind. Now this could just be a reversion to the 9 EMA. If you do not get a secondary good print above right through here, then no, I would not look for this to get back to VWAP. I would look for this to continue down. So now it's in that decision area. But if you look at our timestamp, again, I mentioned there was a reason I had a time condition on that Apple position. 10 o'clock historically is when we see a lot of movement. So as far as reversal movement, Microsoft is in an open range right now. It's stuck in a range, We haven't broken the pre-market high and we haven't broken the pre-market low. So this is trading sideways with about 1.5 deltas. So you could make some movement in here, but it's not going to be a lot. And nothing at the moment is dictating that it is going to break one way or the other. Our squeeze is pretty flat. Our price action is pretty flat. The market's actually pretty quiet until we get that market report. So that's something to keep in mind. Again, 10 a.m. we get the consumer index, so that's something to watch. Beyond Meat does have earnings. Wow. Beyond Meat has earnings coming up. So if you're playing options, it'd be inflated. If you're playing shares, there's some general volatility, but we can see a distinctive channel right through here. We're starting to test the support of that channel. Oh, excuse me. My apologies. We're starting to test that lower support. So if we break it, then we have 114 and below that 113 as support, whole dollar support and price action support. But right now, not really the best movement overall. Market itself is pretty sideways. SPEX no longer halted. Good stuff. So that was a halt play. Good overall. Alrighty, let's see. We got a minute and a half until the consumer confidence comes out. For those new to the trading room, this is how I find that data. So there you go. Free calendar thing. It lets you know when all the reports come out and it updates the information instantly. Yes, a minute and a half before the 10 a.m. funny as well. So there was some mention on Mickey D's the other day. So whole market sell-off. Mickey D's rips its way back up because what does everyone do when they're sad when the market's falling? Drown themselves in Big Macs and champagne. I mean, come on. Open it up on a bigger chart. Yeah, not too much overall. I mean, it had a nice little movement up, but as far as workable things, I don't like it. Netflix entering a standard squeeze on the hourly. Looks like NQ starting to fall. Trying to, like I said. It came back, it did a reversion to the 9 EMA. Now we're starting to see weak pressure, but the candle has not printed. It is printing, but it has not printed. So that's something to keep. There's a very big delineation between those two. So 10 a.m. funny is inbound. So here we go. Alrighty. So YouTube, it is 10 a.m. I'm going to go ahead and cut you guys off here. If you've got any questions, concerns, comments, suggestions, things like that, please send us an email at bbteam@bullishbears.com. You can find all the information for your 2-week free trial in the description below. Come check us out in the main trade room here. We've got a lot of great content. Go through the courses, check things out. Come join the community. Trading's a lonely thing. but in a community not only helps grow yourself in trading, but trust me, it will help you keep your sanity. It's a like-minded community, so you're able to talk trading with traders, and we're not talking about hobby traders. Everyone here at the Bullish Bears, this is our thing. So, that's what we've been doing. We've been through the ebbs and flows of the markets. Always learning new stuff. You never stop learning new things, no matter what profession you're in. If you have, then you probably need to swap professions. With that being said, hey, make sure to journal your trades, keep track of things, and never stop asking questions. Alrighty, YouTube, we'll see you around. And as always, remember, your trades are in the history. I'll see you around.